Welcome everyone to the channel. It's Solitude here, bringing you Divinity Original Sin, the definitive edition. I just got this and I've been waiting to do a full playthrough on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it on higher difficulty, which is the Tactician mode. Initially I played it on Classic, but since I'm familiar with the game, I feel I should play it on Tactician regular, not Honor. So yeah, so I'm guessing it's more challenging. The final warning, yes, it's fine. So yeah, so my initial characters were with him, the Red Prince. I used him, he was in my lineup as well. So let's listen to his origin story.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Excellent voice work. I don't know who voices him, but it's fantastic. I think that was the main reason why I chose him. So let's look at Sybil. I never used her.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
Well, Sybil, she seems really grumpy, and I don't know if I want someone like that on my party. So let's look at Ifan ben-Mezd.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
Yeah, so he's the classic hero, you know, revenge mission and all that. So let's look at Beast. I never used them as well.
Just thinking about someone I used to know. My cousin. The Queen, in fact. A tyrant. I tried to stop her, but things don't always go according to plan. She cast me out to a forgotten island, and made short work of my allies, too. Lucky for me, I was able to commandeer a ship, and began a new life for myself, out on the high seas. Aye, but I hear that the Queen is at it again, and there's something darker behind her madcap schemes this time. If I don't stop her, I don't know who will.
Yeah, I heard they fleshed out his story a bit more, but I don't know if I want to get into him. So up next should be Losa.
All my life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and... worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who, or what, is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
Yeah, her story was really, really good, and I think she's quite integral in the whole storyline. So let's up Fane. Let's look at Fane.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
His voice work is so good. It's so good. I don't know. I need to find out who voices him as well. He's so good. He has to be in my team. So yeah, I've decided to go with the Ranger class, but I'll use Ifan ben-Mezd. So I want to combine Ranger with Summoning, because that's what I feel, suits my playstyle. Just summon and shoot from far. So yeah, I'm going to edit, the presets, the talents, and the tags, as well as the instruments. So obviously he comes with his own talents, but I'm gonna add Far Out Man, because Far Out Man increases the range by 2 meters, which is a no-brainer for a ranger. So his tags, he only comes as a soldier and an outlaw. So I want to leave that as it is. I don't really need to change it. So yeah, you can read the descriptions. It's quite explanatory. I don't want to change it. So next is the instruments. I usually just give each person an instrument so that when you're switching to them, the instrument plays in the background, so which is cool. So yeah, I need to go into the presets. I don't really need to touch the appearance. I'm fine with the way they look. So I'll go into the presets, and so this is the attributes. For range, you need finesse. For the arrows of the bows he will use, or the crossbow if I get one, and wits for crits. So once that is fine, I will edit his abilities. So I need Huntsman and I need Summoning for the gameplay I want to go with. So Huntsman, unlocks Huntsman's skills. So I'm going to activate Summoning as well. That's for his combat abilities. For Civil, I usually would pick each person to specialize, so I go with Lawmaster for him. It's just so that when you get different items, you can scan it and you'd be able to use it. If your Lawmaster isn't high enough, you would get some cool gear, but you wouldn't be able to use that because your Lawmaster is low. So he would have Lawmaster as well. And for the skills, obviously, you can see the green ones are the Ranger Huntsman abilities, while the other one is for Summoning. So I'm gonna go with the First Aid, for curing status effects and whatnot. Then, obviously, to conjure the Incarnate. Level 10 is when it gets really good. and also the elemental totem. So anywhere you put the totem, it's going to take the physical attributes of that environment. So if it's in fire, it becomes a fire totem. If it's in water, it becomes a water totem. So that's how it works. And since I picked him because he has a wolf he can summon when you have source skills, but in the beginning stages you don't get to use your source skills. So that's why I want him to be a summoner and also be able to summon the wolf as well. So it's cool. So these are his, he's thrifty and he's ingenious. So I'm done with character creation. Let's get into the game. Yeah, it's one thing I've always so liked about it, the soundtrack. It's very good. I think I downloaded it, but I don't know where it is right now. The soundtrack is fantastic.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Yeah, the story is quite good. It's actually quite good and it's deep, and the characters that you have on in your party will determine, what parts of the stories you get to see. So it's pretty deep. With the definitive edition, they've also revamped a couple of things. So yeah, first of all, I want to start using the keyboard.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So they introduced a new tutorial section. This section wasn't there in the original one, but in the definitive they introduced a tutorial so that people get familiar with the controls and how the game works.
The things I do to complete a contract.
So I'm playing with mouse and keyboard for now. I'll switch over to controller because I heard they revamped the control scheme so that the game is actually playable with the controller instead of it's just basically as an option. So yeah, these are just the character menu. Get to see attributes, get to see combat abilities, have to keep track of them as well. The civil abilities over the battering and the lawmaster that I added, and also the talents. Far Out Man, ingenious and thrifty came with him. So then these are his tags. So these tags would influence mostly dialogue options. Some things benefit soldiers, some things benefit being a human, stuff like that. So yeah, it varies. So these are the skills. The more you get, the more you can swap out based on what the enemies you're fighting. So there's a serious crafting in this game. Like, crafting is very deep. You get recipes as well and get to mix and match however you want. So yeah, lots of inventory managing. It can take forever. You can spend hours just managing your inventory and seeing what works. So there are also runes that you can use to enchant your equipment, and these are the recipes here. So you can see we already released some, and we don't have the items down there in red. So the recipes, they get get quite complex as you go. This is the map. It's pretty basic. Just you get to see your quest markers and stuff. So yeah, this would look different once I start using the controller. But this is optimized for keyboard and mouse. So there's a bucket I found.
Boring.
You can use the bucket as a helmet, just in the early game. Obviously, you get better helmets, but it's just funny that the fact that you can put a bucket on your character and it would offer 2 physical armor, which is ridiculous. Yeah, and you can also toggle the helmet on and off if you want to see his face, or you can leave it on just for jokes. So yeah, I found some lousy gloves. This way is blocked. Let me quickly equip the gloves. No, not there. Let me just double click. That's fine. Yeah, so I think this way is blocked. Let me try the other door. It's locked as well. So I guess I have to carry... Yeah, so I have to move the box. And I should be able to open the door, yeah. Fine.
Well, that explains the smell anyway.
Yeah, if I had Pet Pal,
Shaking her fluffy coat,
I would be
the
able to
sheep
talk
eyes you
to the
very.
sheep, but right
Her
now I can't.
rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Yeah, that's why I'm only hearing that instead of conversation. So you can talk to animals in the game. Yeah, so this is another door. I'm guessing those things on the floor you would have to, yeah, so the pressure plates, you have to drop heavy stuff on them to open some doors in the game. So I'll use, oh, pocket knife, interesting. Let me quickly equip it to one hand. You can dual wield if you want.
As soon as we get to Fort Joy, it'll be time to have words with this Boris fellow.
So that's your active quest. So let me lift the barrel to the mechanism. I have to look for another barrel. I don't know if that would be heavy enough. Let me get something heavier. Yeah, it worked, so door is open. Let me quickly save as well. So there's some oil on the ground. It makes you slow, and it can be ignited by fire as well. Let me see. He's sleeping, and he has half health for some reason. So there's a prisoner here. Let me talk to him.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
Really?
Set me free and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
I have to be careful.
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
Let me take my leave for now. I'm not sure.
A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull.
I should be careful setting him free. I don't know what he has planned. I mean, he's a prisoner. So yeah, I just picked up a scroll. This is the electric discharge. So I can set electricity to water and into it. Get to him, I'm guessing. Yep, so he's shocked.
I should have known there'd be trouble.
So he immediately initiates combat. Let me quickly free up this guy. Let me free him. So every action takes AP, and you see the number of AP for every action that you take. Even movement takes AP. Let me summon. Let me encourage him, yeah, because to give us, since we are fighting against him. Next thing, let me see, what can I do? Let me end my turn. Why is he casting fireball? Shit, I'm on fire. And he's also on fire, which is stupid. Don't walk there, you catch on fire. Oh my god. Now, of course, he's going to attack me first. So it should be my turn now. I think I'm going to heal. I should heal. I should heal. Okay, summon. Let me summon my conjuring. So he's a fire summon now. I'm going to move a bit and heal myself.
I'm ready.
So my incarnate is gonna have a turn. He has fireball, so let me do that. Yeah, so he's dead. That was pretty easy.
I'm not one to let sleeping dogs lie.
That's pretty easy. So let's see what the prisoner is going to do.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad.
Oh, come on.
Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them.
But
the halls await.
But why though? Why? We just... 3. So let me summon a totem on blood, so that it becomes a blood totem.
Glory is mine.
And I will encourage everyone.
Prepare yourself.
Let's see. Can I punch him? Let me see if I can punch him. Yeah, sucker punch. I should knock him down. Yeah, knocked him down. So that's my incarnate. Let me swipe at him. One more. Then I can just stab him or something. Let me stab him. Oh, let me see. Yeah. So that's pretty easy.
What would he have to gain by killing me? I'll have to keep my guard up.
So once we've defeated him, let's find a way out of here. So I need to clear that poison, if not it affects me. So I need to set fire to it to dissipate it. So oil catches fire, poison also catches fire. So you have to be careful. So there's a candle I can see. Let me move the candle into the fire. Let me see what happens. Not the chair, not the chair. Not the chair. Can I highlight it? So pick up. Pick up. Yeah. Let me move it down there. Let's see. So it should catch fire. Yeah.
No key.
And the door opens.
No problem.
There's a lever to push. Yep. Door opens. So that's pretty much the tutorial section.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
So yeah, the tutorial section was a breeze. I'll see you all in the next episode where I go up, then I can continue the game. Thanks everyone.